you know, in case we say something really ridiculous and fun and stupid, it can get added into the blooper reel.
Your mom gets added into the blooper reel.
You have no idea how true that actually is, Tyler. I came.
You are secret.
I came home last night, and the first, not even like 3. I hadn't even had a chance to put down my Pathfinder stuff, and it's like, can you fix my Gmail? What's wrong with your Gmail? I need to get a group message going. What, like all these people in one conversation? Yes. Okay. Have you gotten that email already? Yes. Just reply all. No, I need to get a group conversation.
But maybe she wasn't looking for a technical answer. Maybe she was looking for more of like a sociological answer. Like, how can I truly engage all of these people, Andrew? I need to know how I can make friends and influence people, but through the internet. She wasn't looking to you as a bastion of technical expertise, but as the socialite that she knows you are in your heart.
No, she was looking for technical expertise, Tyler. She can't work her Harmony remote.
But maybe what she really wants to work is friendship.
And she needs to watch more My Little Pony, because friendship is magic. And
friendship is blood magic, specifically. That's the part that no one ever talks about. Friendship is actually blood magic.
Well, which is why Meryl's so adorable. And I just realized I opened the door open, and I need to close that.
I see you shaking your head.
Can I be heard when my mic is down like this?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
good.
it's probably better
It's
probably better for audio bleed anyway, because the further away the mic is from your ears, the better.
Oh. Well,
Hey, Andrew.
Huh.
So techie.
Andrew.
Yes.
So you watched some of Lady Insanity's
Pretty much all of it. She was doing the final run when I had to go for entitlement coffee.
Okay, so then would you mind moderating my chat while I'm doing mine?
Yeah, I can do that for you.
Okay, since you've already
You
watched
giving him the banhammer?
I'm going to give him the Banhammer. Yeah.
So with
I don't
a hammer
expect
bands
people
you.
to show up, but just in case.
Yeah.
Drop the hammer.
Let me tell you that any kind of spoiler stuff wasn't all, like, there's not a whole lot to really spoil. The trailer tells you a lot of what you see up until probably the very end. So.
Nope.
I'm assuming we're talking about Trespasser.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Spoiler alert, Solus is actually Lord of the Fennecs, not of the Wolves.
Down with Alan. Hey, maybe he's the bad guy after all.
Alan
all this
Schumacher?
time yeah, Alan Shoemaker.
He's the final boss.
He's the final.
Not a character that just
It's
him.
just Alan dressed like Emperor
Actually
Palpatine.
You know, oddly enough, in Ash's Twitch, Emperor Palpatine came up a couple times in reference to, you know, Fen Harald.
I thought you were about to say as a character.
As a character,
No,
and it was Alan. Oh my god!
In reference to Fen Harald, but yeah. So technically, as a character.
Solus
In,
makes me
like,
excited.
in every cutscene, just in the background, if you look carefully, he's just yes.
Solus
Why are you
makes
yelling at me,
excited.
Fitbit?
Oh, your
I don't
Fitbit is
understand
yelling?
these Fitbits. I woke up one day and everybody had one.
This sounds like the setup to the worst stand-up comedy routine of all time. I don't understand these Fitbits. I woke up one and everybody had one. It's crazy.
I don't
It
have
started
What
when
am I
I
gonna
saw
do with
one
this
on the damn desk
technology?
over there, and then now I walk around and everybody's got this thing around them.
You know, back in my day, we had those little step counters, and that's how you did it. It's crazy. The tech they come up with to sell you the same thing twice. Gazing! I'm imagining that that's your hack stand-up comic, you know, just kind of catchphrase.
Really, because you sounded like the Great Kazoo.
Yeah.
I thought I sounded more like Snagglepuss, but whatever helps you.
Weren't they voiced by the
You know,
same
we-
guy?
Heavens to Murgatroyd!
We should actually start the podcast.
Oh, had we not?
Like,
I thought we had to.
I mean, we're recording, yes,
I
but
thought it was like a
we don't have an
Tarantino movie.
intro
Just
yet.
I
start
thought
off
this was our
mid-start
intro.
conversation.
Oh Lord.
I don't have a beard
Do you
anymore,
see-
so I can't do the intro. The intro
Do
can
you
only
see
be
the kind
done
of
by
mayhem?
women or men with beards.
Did you just say mayhem?
Mayhem, Sarah. Mayhem.
That's what our fans want, apparently, right? More Dragon Age, or else they'll riot.
Yes. But yeah, but I have to talk about Sarah at some point tonight. I need to talk about Pax and about Sarah.
Sarah was never quite the quietest girl.
I was about to do that too. God damn it, get out of my head, Tyler.
Ding, 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 ding.
Dun, 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 dun.
Wait, so Chachi,
Wait,
are
no.
you also doing like your first Xbox One playthrough, by the way?
Well, I ported my first game
Oh,
over to Xbox
well.
One.
What level are you, Chachi?
I told you last night I'm level 20.
Okay, you might want to find other stuff.
You got a badass.
No, because the enemies were level 27. Now that might have they might have
YOLO!
been
only
scaled
lick
to
onions.
Ash's character,
Yeah, we'll
but
see.
they may not have been too. So
If not, everybody on the internet will see me getting my ass gloriously beat, and that's fine.
Hey,
Yeah.
remember, Dragon Age Inquisition's enemies do not level scale. I think is the thing, right?
there is
That they got
some
like really
there
serious
is some
about.
level. There was level scaling with Hack-On because
Yeah.
with Hack-On you can go into it pretty much any
At any-
time. They do give you a scale of what
Really?
they recommend,
Not
but and if
when
you
it-
go in at
higher.
because if you go in at the lowest possible level, then the enemies there will be at the lowest possible level that they can be for that scale. So I'm not sure what the level scale is for the end because it was right there at the beginning of her cast and I didn't look at it.
Okay, can I do our intro now?
I guess so.
Yay!
It's because Andrew's here, man.
Yeah,
Things
you
are
know what?
better
I showed
for
up.
Andrew.
I showed up and I ruined everything. That's what it was.
Fucking Canadians.
You know,
God,
we
right.
had this down to a science before New Dad showed up trying to change all the paradigms on us. Bedtime's different. I eat a different snack now. He buys different crackers with the cheese. Everything is wrong in this house.
But it's real cheese, not that fake powder shit.
What are you trying to say? That all I gave him was fake
I
powder
like
shit?
that pig powder shit. Mommy gave us spray cheese and it was fun.
I'm still cleaning it out from behind the TV stand. It's a little.
That's how you get ants, Tyler.
That was Tyler.
Do you want ants?
Only because I
that's
had
how
to
you
wipe
get
it out of
ants.
my beard from when you sprayed it in. Okay?
Oh, beard.
Poor Andrew just keeps rubbing his face.
Let me stroke my
This
beard in
feeling-
thought.
This
so
feeling will last for
luxurious.
a week or 2 or 5.
Oh, I
Yeah.
can
Oh, yeah,
feel
I
the
think
thoughts
he's
spinning in my head so much more clearly.
Well, like, I'll be honest. Like, it grows quick. I did Movember
God.
2 years ago. I'm trying to get these photos up, and it's not working because Facebook is stupid.
Don't want to see it.
No, it's the
New Dad scares me.
it's the Movember. It's the Movember. How fast my facial hair grows.
I don't care what you call it.
Oh, God.
Oh God.
Oh,
unless you
It's
and-
all goes in.
Unless you
Also,
want to
there's
get like
audio on.
seriously grossed out, Chachi, don't ever look at my Epic Fails album on Facebook because it's just all the different ways that I've injured myself in all of its bloody glory.
yeah, I'm
you do
good.
know how Inception works, right? You're just gonna look it up now.
Yeah, I hope not.
Wait, is this a dream inside a dream inside a dream inside a dream?
Wrong.
Wrong?
Yeah.
That is not how it works. It's just a reference now.
So in 11 days, I went from a baby face to that for Movember. I don't know how well that's
Wow.
showing up.
You look like a different human.
I do look
You
like
do.
a different human.
I understand this.
I was a much crankier human being then. Though apparently
Mhm.
I still had the same Bluetooth headset as I have now during that Movember.
that was life before Bo Binks, right?
Oh, that was
I just
When-
blinked with Bo.
one
LBB.
Man, I was gonna go there.
Seymour. This was 4 years ago.
Jesus Christ.
My God.
Yeah.
4 years ago, I was 16.
Shut
There was a
up.
time before Bobinks.
It doesn't feel like
Shut
it.
up, man. Evan is still that
It's a
kid.
fairy tale.
Yeah. I try not to think about those days because those days were dark and full of terror. Like the night.
That's
Mhm.
what she said?
Ah.
Is that where you were going?
Yes, the night. It's dark and full of terror. Does nobody here watch Game of Thrones other than me? And
No,
apparently
I
Evan?
get it.
I
Yeah.
prefer the books, thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
there's
you know what?
books too.
So does everybody that has watched past season 3.
Yeah.
Ugh. Or the end of season 3.
I prefer.
Or was it
that.
the end of
that
season
good
4?
character development thrown out the window.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, remember that intro we were going to record?
Yeah, I was gonna do an intro, and it was gonna be beautiful.
That was the intro.
I'm just, I'm doing my thing. I'm all good. Why does the dashboard keep closing?
Hello and welcome to Debate Night.
Oh,
The
no.
pile.
Four people walk in, nobody walks out. We're all very confused. I don't know. See? Confused.
Because in
Right.
Podcast 101, no one ever enters and no one ever leaves.
Can podcasts be like Fight Club?
Yes.
Number one rule about podcasts.
I think
is
you
don't-
want people to talk about them. Isn't that the whole point of a podcast?
Fuck.
Yeah, no, we can't
True.
have. We can't.
Chachi,
we could
is that what's
have.
wrong? Is that what our policy has been this entire time? Because that would explain
Yeah.
a lot.
That's what it is. We don't talk podcast, and somehow people just find
No,
us.
no, no. You see, it's reverse psychology. When Fight Club came out, everybody talked about it.
Yes.
And
God.
what's
All
the
right.
most popular quote from it?
So you guys want to you guys want to see something ridiculous? I did
No.
some cleaning in my office.
Already showed us.
No.
Is
This
the
is
ridiculous
Uh-huh.
thing going to be the intro to the podcast?
sure it could
No.
be.
Oh God.
All right,
What?
I did some cleaning in my office.
Uh-oh.
Oh God, it's everywhere.
What is it?
Baldur's Gate!
Oh, Baldur's Gate.
Disc
Yes.
5. Christ above.
It was a big-ass game.
It was. That's disc 5 of 5.
Baldur's Gate. Is this 5 of 5? This
I still have
podcast
that
has
Too
been
many
blessed.
cooks.
Ah.
Oh yeah.
That game doesn't work properly on my computer.
Nope, doesn't work properly on anybody's computer anymore. Yeah,
Why won't this floppy disk work?
Evan, I told you, if you stop referring to it as your floppy disk, you'll feel a lot better.
Well, listen.
At least try calling it the hard disk. It'll help the whole
Hard drive.
psychosomatic element.
this
of
this
it.
might actually be older than Tyler.
Oh,
No.
almost certainly.
Master
they come
of
out?
Light. When did that game come out?
1999.
Oh, wait. Oh, screw you.
I was waiting for that.
I'll have you know, I was repeatedly seeing Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, in theaters in 1999.
I'm
Because I thought it
sorry.
was the best thing ever to happen. I
And
was like
since-
Let's
three,
face
I
it, at the time, everybody liked it.
I didn't. I hated it from the get-go. Thank you.
Oh,
You're not
whatever.
everybody, though.
Whatever person who had Greedo shot first on her website for as long as I can remember.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you heard me.
Shut up! Moving on.
What?
We're
Welcome
not
to
having this
Date
discussion
Night
right now.
with
We
the
have a podcast
Dialogue
this
Wheel. Tonight,
This is
Chachi
the
and
answer.
Andrew get into a big fight about who shot first. It was Han.
You're-
There is
you
no
mean-
other answer.
You mean
It
who
is.
the only person who shot was, Andrew. Don't misspeak.
This is true.
Look at how angry the look on his face is. Like he's turned red.
This is serious.
Oh,
Chachi.
What is?
What was my first staff article for Can't Talk?
Oh God, what was it?
The generational effects of Star Wars.
Oh.
Who shot first, Chachi?
Oh God, are we coercing one another now?
Stop! No.
Is the answer Solus?
About to
That's
be
the
me.
I assume you have questions.
Who shot first? George Lucas.
What you don't see is that immediately after that, my Ivan Trevelyan Archer-Quisitor shoots him right between the eyes.
Into DLC, yay!
Yeah, but the question is why? Why does he shoot him between the eyes? Because he just left. Let's be
Start the
100%
podcast
clear.
first.
Well, we know what happened in the epilogue. Our Inquisitors do not.
That's
You see,
true.
here's
hold
the
on, hold on. Pause this discussion right now. Pause it. Let me do a fucking intro, okay?
Oh
and
wait,
then we
we're
can
gonna
have
be
this
having
debate.
sex
I
during
got
the
you. Yeah. Put your hands up, boys. Okay, you're good. You can put down because it looks silly.
You really should have put a ring on it.
Oh, now I got John Barrowman dancing in my head.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm gonna do an intro now. All right. Here we go.
Shut up, Evan. Hello.
Hello.
I know that was nice, wasn't it? I'm gonna do that from now on. Welcome to the podcast.
Oh God, there's two of me.
Oh, it's I need to leave the podcast.
So just so you're aware, Chachi, we have 20 minutes of bloopers for you.
Your mom is 20 minutes of bloopers.
No, she's about 60 years of them.
Is that a euphemism?
For her being old, yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going to start the podcast now, if you don't mind. What? Nothing from Tyler? I'm waiting. looking at me? What is this?
I'm not looking at you. I'm intentionally looking at Tyler because Tyler's being ridiculous.
I'm covering up his face on my monitor. Tyler's looking at me.
Wait. It's not working.
This is why we can't get any work done. Good evening, and welcome to Date Night with the Dialogue Wheel. I am your humble host, Chachi Bobinks, and with me I have a room full of people who are all staring. See, you guys can't see the camera. You're really, really lucky. But with me tonight, I've got Tyler.
Uh-huh.
Evan.
Uh-huh.
And our production assistant, Andrew.
I'm not really here.
But are, like, any of us really here, man?
Oh God, not this.
It's not actually Andrew, it's me doing an impersonation of Andrew.
And
it's the
very
concept
good.
of Andrew, man.
See? I'm
Does it
great.
matter if he's, like, in the room with us or even in the chat? As long
You're
as
hanging out with
one
the
of us
commune
is
again.
Andrew?
Patreons, this is what you pay for.
There must always be an Andrew.
Well, of course.
The world can never know what happened here tonight.
I want to give a solid shout out to our Patreons. We have got 3. We've got Rich, my good friend. We've got Sam, who's always been there for us. And we've got a new one, Danielle. Thank you guys so much for supporting our podcast. On a side note, I recently talked a little bit about this on Twitter, and I realized that there's a lot of you who listen to this podcast who probably don't follow us on social media. I think the numbers indicate to that, to be honest. If you don't, feel free to add us. In the description, that's where you'll see all of our Twitter handles and whatnot. We also now have a Facebook page. If you go to facebook.com/the dialogue wheel, you'll find us there. Those are great ways to kind of keep in contact with us and talk to us and stuff. When we aren't talking to you, because that's what we do. We just kind of talk at you.
Mostly me.
Yeah, mostly Tyler. And you never talk back, and it makes us really sad inside. Also, right now, we're kind of needing a little bit of help to keep the podcast going. As you may or may not know, there are a lot of costs incurred with running a podcast. We have to have hosting, we have to have a way to get it to iTunes, we have to have staff hours.
Evan needs snacks.
And Evan needs snacks.
I
Exactly.
require a lot of snacks.
He requires a lot of snacks.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of did the math, and I realized that if all of our listeners donated 25 cents a month, we would have enough to cover all of our expenses plus snack.
So gore.
Well, Evan,
And yes. No, actually no, I will not stop that.
Good. Anyway, so just something to consider. If you cannot give financially to our Patreon account, which is, I believe, thedialoguewheel.patreon.com, we'll double check that in case I'm wrong, because I may very well be wrong. And I'm just going to stall because I can see Andrew typing it into the computer.
best of luck
And-
for that other Patreon that we just gave a bunch of money.
I know, right? Please don't give somebody else money. I'd be very sad.
Don't give anyone else money but us. We're forming a cult right now. It's much more profitable.
You don't
You know,
need
guys, what we could always do
Snacks
is
for
we
the
could
snack
turn
god.
ourselves into a religious organization.
Oh, are you going a particularly John Oliver-esque
You know,
direction
there is
with
that
this?
possibility, right?
Have you called that number
I
yet?
have not.
It's a
Is it
delight.
really?
By the end of it, he's literally just shouting at you to give him money, or
That
find
is-
someone who will give him money.
That is kind of awesome.
That's what we should do.
Okay.
That should be our podcast, just calling it.
Why is okay? So I tried to get to it through Podbean, and that's being a pain in the butt. So I'm just going to go to Patreon
Oh. Yeah.
because I have our Podbean.
Self-cannibalism is not the answer.
No, it never is, because that's not going to sustain you for
As
very
good as
long.
it tastes. As good as it tastes. Stop. Fun fact is, he's not actually eating himself.
Oh, no,
he's
it's-
just
I found
trying
it,
to
I found
shave
it.
Yeah, here it
Okay.
is. I got it.
Let me correct myself. It is www.patreon.com/the dialogue wheel, all one word. I'm going to be changing up our rewards soon. And the thing that you're listening to right now, which is what we call our Randocast, it is basically just random fun with no editing. So we are completely just off the cuff and kind of amazing.
Wait, we have cuffs?
Yes, I
Yeah.
have
I
cuffs on
can't
my
escape.
I
The
actually
door locked from the inside.
not those kinds of cuffs, like cuffs on your pants. Jeez, Tyler.
Oh, God.
I still
I'm
can't
cuffed by
escape.
my pants, too.
See, this is why we need people to contribute to our Patreon so I can afford to tell them all to shut up.
This is what happens when I don't have snacks. I can go a little stir crazy.
As you were saying, madam.
Anyway, if you would please consider giving even $1 a month. It's $1 and we give you about 4 hours worth of entertainment. So I would hope that it's worth the 25 cents per podcast. And if not, please let me know what I can do to make it that way. And if you can't afford financial contributions, Evan, stop petting your cat through the air. Stop squishing it. If only. Anyway, if you can't give financially, other things you can do to help us out, to keep us on the air. You can share our podcast. You can talk about us. You can tell your friends. You can tell your neighbors. You can tell your neighbors' dogs. You can go on iTunes and rate us on there because ratings are great and get us heard by more people. You can do lots of things. You can fly a boat. You can drive a train. You can get into an aeroplane.
Send us pie.
Send us pie. Oh, shit, I'd give you my address if you really wanted to send me pie. I love pie.
Is there like a mail order pie club thing that people can
If
do
there's
for
not,
us?
we're starting it right now.
Yeah, that's how we'll keep the dialogue wheel on the air. We'll make a Pie of the Month club.
Page 39 with the dialogue.
Because I know you can do it with cake.
Oh yeah,
I've seen
Evan
that one
looks
on.
inspired.
I've seen that. I've seen the Cake of the Month thing on Wheel of Fortune when I'm forced to watch that.
When he watched it because he was forced to, not because it was
Nature Box
voluntary.
has any cakes.
No.
What he's saying is that he's an ancient man. He's soulless.
No, I'm not.
He looks
Ew.
somewhere in his 30s. He's actually just impossibly old.
No, if I was any Dragon Age character, I would be
Morrigan, obviously.
no. God, yeah, this is horrible. You know who I would probably be?
The Golden Nug.
Duncan.
No, I'd be Cullen.
Ouch.
Well, gonna go sleep off this hangover. Nice job, guys.
Because I'm not cool enough to be Dorian. I don't tell stories well enough to be Varric. I'm not goofy enough to be Alistair.
I am.
I'm not drunk enough to be Ogren. I'm not
Lies.
smooth enough to be Zevran.
True.
I'm not psychotic
Lies.
enough to be Anders. I'm not broody enough to be Fenris.
Eh.
Yeah.
Who am I missing here? I am certainly not a pious
Why?
asshole enough to be Sebastian.
Are you sure you're not Cassandra, though?
Hey, I like it. I like the gender bend. Let's do it. I dub it. You were Cassandra.
All right, I can take that. That's probably why
while
I
I
love
was
myself so much.
While I was at PAX, I was told 100% that I am Meryl, and I don't know how to feel about this.
You are not Meryl.
Neither do I.
Well, I
don't know.
Maybe the wallflower aspect of Meryl, but other than that, I can't see you being a blood magey type.
And I think it was the way that I roamed the city of Seattle, because I was very wide-eyed and barefoot and oh my god, look at all the things! Look at these homeless people! I'm gonna talk to all of them! And then they just wanted my money and something about religious sex.
Did
I don't know,
somebody
it
give
was
you
really creepy.
Did somebody give you a roll of twine?
No, but they probably should have, because I got lost every single morning. Every single morning I got lost.
What if you're not Meryl, but
Mhm.
you are a certain arcanist?
Dagna?
Dagna.
I ship it.
Okay,
I
so
could
we
do
have
that.
two
I
of
could
you.
do that.
Who's
could do
me?
that. All right.
Who is Tyler?
Tyler is and has always been Alistair, and I hate it. God, it's
Swooping
so awful.
is bad.
See,
I hate to admit it, but that's the best option we have.
really? I was thinking
Yeah,
more. I was thinking more Varric because he's a storyteller, and the chest hair that we were comparing earlier.
He does talk too much.
Right?
He does talk.
I have been waiting for so long to be compared to Varric. Don't
You know
mind
what?
me. Just gonna
You know what? I'll
smugly
take
sit
that
in a
over
chair.
apples. Sure.
Yeah. So who is?
Evan,
use
I
me.
believe you are Dorian, 100%.
I'd ship it.
Oh God, right.
I'm fine with that.
Who wouldn't be?
We've got to teach you that
Dorian,
English
I love
accent,
Dorian.
though.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just not suave enough to be Dorian.
Me neither.
Can't all be.
Alright, be right back. I'm gonna go shave and leave myself a mustache.
Okay,
Make
it
sure you get
twirly.
the
Yeah.
mustache wax.
I'm going to add an
and make sure you have it float right about at your eye level, because that's how I'm used to seeing him.
Not anymore that you're playing on the Xbox One.
I know! I upgraded. I don't know
Shout
what he's
out to
gonna
the
look like.
Xbox One.
Shout out. So, really quickly, there is something I wanted to talk about really fast.
Me.
Even though this is random cast, this totally was not pre-planned. I can do,
Spontaneity.
No.
spontaneity. Yeah.
You have
So
the
I
notes
went,
in your...
Yeah, I do. That's okay. I wanted to talk about PAX, actually. I wanted to talk about PAX because I spent 8 days in sunny Seattle.
Heh, I see what you did there.
I know, right? Actually, the weather was really nice. It was super hot the first 2 days, and then the third day, there was a 100% chance of rain. I have never been in a place in this world where they've been like, there's a 100% chance. It is going to rain, period.
That
So
sounds
it's
like
been
the
like,
time I went
maybe
to Seattle.
90. Yeah.
You get there and it's like,
such-
wow, it's gorgeous here. What is everyone talking about? And then guaranteed at the end of the trip, rain, rain, rain.
Every day.
Just-
Every day.
Anywhere in the aisles.
I don't think
Right.
Seattle's in the Isles, friend.
I know.
Just rained and rained and rained. Anyway.
Just talk about places that rain.
It rains
Yeah.
here a lot.
It rains a lot on the moon.
Whoa.
Yeah, but that rain hurts.
Yeah. Because that rain is stone.
Yeah.
It's a rocky rain.
Anyway, Seattle. So I got to go to Seattle for PAXPrime. And it was fun.
Really?
So I'm gonna do a follow-up to my talk I had about PAX South, right? And how I was super surprised by the kind of crowd PAX pulls in. Because, you think cons in general, you're like, oh, do bro cons, right? And then you think Penny Arcade and you're like, right? 'Cause
That's
Penny Arcade
generally the noise I make when I think about Penny Arcade.
Yeah, exactly. But at Prime, it was even more evident that PAX and Penny Arcade are two completely different entities. And that is amazing. Amazing. Like, I was able to check out the panel menu? The panel schedule, perhaps is the right word I'm looking for there.
Mm-hmm.
And out of all of these out of all the panels, not podcasts, out of all the panels that they had there, maybe 90% of them were about something dealing with diversity and ethics. 90%.
I like that.
I mean, almost every single one of them had something to do with equality, or had something to do with women in tech, or had something to do with, adversity. And it was just incredible. And that was a really good sign. And I made sure that while I was there a couple of times, I stood in the crowd and just kind of walked around and turned around in circles to see what kind of a cluster of people I was amongst. And it was a ridiculously diverse group. You had people of all ages, older people, younger people. There was one booth that I was helping out at, and the people who went there the most often, like there was this one couple, and they were easily in their 60s. And they were like, for sure, hanging out at this booth as much as possible. And then you see like little kids dressed up like Princess Peach, and little kids dressed up like Master Chief. And they're like running around, and they know what they're looking at. They're not just there with mom and dad. They're like, I want to go see this in this booth, And then you see people of all genders and in between and lack thereof. You see, people who are obviously very open about their sexuality, like women who are getting to walk around and holding each other, or men who get to hold around or walk around and hold each other. People who are very, very, very comfortable in the environment that they're in, and that is so cool. So cool. You don't see that a lot in the gaming world. And once again, I can come back from a PAX and say I was amongst a wonderful crowd of people. And only one person was a rude little snot to me the whole entire time. Winning.
Andrew.
And I wasn't around. I had very minimal contact. I wasn't even there. But the question that I wanted to ask was about something that really interests me, because another group of podcasters that I'm involved with helped sponsor the AFK rooms that Take This .org does. Did you have any experiences with the AFK room, or have you been to an AFK room?
Yes. I used the AFK rooms when I was at PAX South because it was a new experience for me and I was very overwhelmed. I didn't need to use them myself this time because I was pretty well managed, but I did get to help a number of attendees to find it and go there and understand and kind of recognize when they needed that time. And that was awesome. There was one lady, I'll tell you, that we kind of helped out, me and another enforcer. We had helped her out. She was pregnant, and her husband and their toddler and both of their phones went off to go look at a different booth while she sat down to rest, and then she was completely unable to find them. He wasn't answering the phones because he was in the expo hall and couldn't hear them going off.
Right.
And she was just like at her limit, and she's like, I am grumpy and I'm tired and hungry and everything's wrong and I don't know where they are. And for all I know, something could have happened to the toddler and there's an emergency and I don't know what's going on or anything. And we were able to use the AFK room not only as a place for her to go and be able to kind of diffuse a little bit, but also as a place for him to meet her. Cause I don't know if you guys know this, but the enforcers, like, we communicate really well amongst one another. And so when there's a missing kid or a missing adult or missing whomever, the reason why we tell people to go find a person in blue is because we can communicate with each other and be on the lookout for the person that's missing. So maybe like within 10 minutes they had found the husband and had him en route to her. So it was neat to be able to use the AFK room in like a non-traditional sense. And she was like totally chill by the time that he got there. So yeah, the AFK room's awesome.
Cool. Did you get to experience, and like, I know you were working because of you were being an enforcer, but did you get to experience anything else at PAX? Did you like hit up any panels or play any fun games?
I went to the Bioware fashion show. I know you guys are all so interested in this, but they have tally dresses. Oh my god.
Why would you not think that was relevant to our interests?
Right?
I would buy tally dresses for
they both have girlfriends, and Christmas is coming.
There you go.
I'm going to need a few links.
Oh my god.
I'm going to need a few minutes.
I know. Oh my god.
It's amazing. Podcast.
Yeah.
Like this stuff that they're putting out. Here's the thing, right? And this is something I think everyone can appreciate. Gaming clothes and shirts and shit like that. Most people don't cater to females at all. Like, you'll go, the old Bioware store had something like 80 shirts for men and like 12 for females, right? Like, we just don't get catered to. And so Bioware is designing and has designed an actual like high fashion line for women. Not just putting out shirts in women's sizes, but like things that are passable as clothes that aren't game related. So not just like a t-shirt with Colin's face on it, but like a fashionable cowl neck dress that like drapes over your head and has like this beautiful belt on it. And you would just think it was some very interesting print on a gorgeous gown.
But then it has giant fur shoulder pads.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Nope, no giant fur shoulder pads.
Or Morgan's Wicked Heart skater dress.
Oh
What?
god. Oh my god. They have a little black dress that is inspired. No,
Please
you have
stop.
to hear this.
Please
It
stop.
is a little black dress that is like off the shoulder.
What did I just
like
say?
super tight mini skirt and has a built-in necklace. Morgan's actual necklace built into it. And it is fucking
That's
sassy.
a different one. I was going to link something else to him, but that's a different one.
I know. It is like some sexy shit there. So every other game dev out there can take their whatever t-shirts with somebody's face painted on them and go consult outside sources because BioWare is like a fucking game right now. Yeah.
Except where's
Also, I'm never
Sandaldoe?
shopping anywhere but BioWare store again. What?
Except where's Sandaldoe?
He enchanted into another dimension.
I can.
They have Dorian-inspired clothes, dude.
I'm
Dorian,
sorry.
and
I'm
they have
sorry.
a Dorian jacket. Oh
What?
my god.
Can I
Yes.
have it? Can I wear it?
Yeah, if you want. They were very clear to say that they were designing it for women, but a man wants to wear it, go for it. It's a very nice turn of the page.
Don't
right?
they also sell a Varric necklace now, like his actual necklace?
Mm-hmm. They do.
I don't know if they sell that at the store or if that's something not. Maybe,
It's at the-
maybe. Oh, it is. Okay, I'll have to take a look for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I told him in the panel, I was like, I need like a leather Varric jacket. That's what I
you
need.
do.
Oh my god. I would wear it every day. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Andrew, are you looking for links?
Yeah, I am. And I can't find that Morgan dress in the store, even for pre-sale yet.
Yeah, it's.
I'll have to-
I think it's not.
I'll have to find the fashion blog that it was on.
Liliana's outfit is made to be turned into a sweatshirt, isn't it, with the hood?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
But a lot of the other things that they've got like the Commander Shepard N7 leggings. Those are pretty cool, but
They've
it's
got a.
$60. It's a little much for me. They got a whole
They'll go
lot.
on
Oh,
sale.
no leggings for Andrew?
Yeah, no. The other thing that they came out with that is, something I'm very excited about is they've got an activewear line coming.
Yes! The N7 activewear line, both
Does
females
that mean
and
I'll
male.
have to get active?
No,
No, you can
because
just-
it's totally like a thing now.
You can
Oh,
just
thank God.
Loungewear.
you can wear it without having to work out in it. But currently the only Mass Effect workout stuff that I've seen fashion wise is the "Do You Lift, Bro" shirt with the Lift logo on it, which was just
Oh
awesome.
god.
I just would have
That's
made it
pretty
a
awesome.
James Vega themed shirt.
I know, right?
I think
I'm
they've got
so
one of those.
excited. Yeah. I'm so excited over the idea of working out dressed like an N7 would be dressed.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I know. Because then I'll just
Maybe
tell
that
everyone
would
I'm an
actually be
N7.
motivated.
Fuck yeah. thing. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, because if you...
So that's super exciting stuff.
if you-
That is the only panel I made it to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
For your
sorry.
tally interests, gentlemen.
Should have it too.
Oh,
I have some of those.
I have many of those.
Yes, well, I just...
Oh wait, is there a link?
Yeah, I just put it up in the chat.
Oh, you put the links in the chat?
That's pretty
okay.
awesome.
Foul and corrupt are you?
I'm not foul.
Well, I
or-
know what I'm
Yeah.
getting.
Look at this.
Ah.
I'm going to be wearing this every day.
Ah.
You're a god. Thank you.
Ah.
The entire pre-order will ship on September 17th or 15th, guys.
Ah.
Yeah, this is one of them. And then there's the high fashion one that I don't think is on the store
No,
yet.
it's not in the store yet.
You know, the one that had the gorgeous, glamorous one? Yeah. I'm still going to own that one. I'm just going to think about tally stuff from now on. Because I can. Why not? Right.
It's not a bad
So, yeah.
decision.
I think it's a bad decision at all.
I'm going to be doing a lot of browsing tonight.
Evan, no one
Yes.
wants to hear about that.
I was talking about that.
We don't mention those corners of the internet. We're gentle.
Right, anyway, so, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I found out really cool things about Mass Effect that I didn't otherwise know in chatting with
Andromeda?
Bioware. No, not Andromeda, because they are so sealed tight right now about Andromeda.
Mass
But
Effect
I
2,
didn't know
Secret
this.
Name of Cats.
Yes.
I knew it!
I found out that, and this is probably only interesting to me because I'm an audio nerd, but I found out that the Reaper sound, I know, what inspired the sound of the Reaper.
Dub-
But it's not dubstep.
Oh.
No.
No, it wasn't.
No.
Actually, would you like what the? Do you know what the actual Reaper sound?
I know what the actual
was?
Reaper sound was, yes. I do.
Do the boys know what the Reaper
Nope,
sound
because
was?
we're about to tell them.
On the camera,
I'm
we need
about
to
it,
say
but-
it together.
I don't know. Alright.
But what if we say two different versions of the same word? Because
Then
he's
that'll
Canadian
even
and he said
better.
stuff wrong.
Why?
I mean,
Can
different.
it say
Don't
stuff
say
wrong?
stuff wrong.
No, it's right.
3, 2, 1, go.
Monster!
It was a rusty trash can that has an anti-burr hinge on the inside that they opened and then slowed right the hell down.
Uh-huh, that's what it is. You get, isn't that awesome? Fucking bear dumpster. Not
Oh.
dumpster, but bear
The
dumpster.
one thing we're gonna make everything better, including story.
Is it secret dress?
What?
Wait, I think it's one I
Oh
saw.
my God, I did not
Link
see
it.
that
You
secret
did-
dress.
No.
Everything.
I'm actually linking the blog that has pictures
I'd
of
be able to
everything
handle
that
this.
was in the everything that
Yeah.
was in the fashion show.
I took a picture of almost everything at the fashion show, but some people didn't come close enough or they spun too fast, and I just didn't post up their picture.
The secret
But we'll see.
dress is very exciting.
Cassandra Believer, high-low oh.
Oh, there's
I
the
see.
there's the Morgan dress.
Yes,
I
I
think
did
the-
see that, and
The necklace is separate though. It's not attached.
yeah, they go together, but it is something that.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can see the Colin hoodie on there. They have a Colin hoodie, and it's just a regular hoodie with stuff on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that dress with the necklace. It is fucking gorgeous. And she worked it. And right below it is the one I keep talking about. The tally dress with the belt. And oh my God, I need it in my life every single day of my life ever, forever.
The reversible Paragon Renegade hoodies.
That made me so excited. You should have heard the crowd because, one of them was wearing Paragon, the other one was Renegade. They're walking all badass down the runway, right? And then they stop at the end. They both take their jackets off, flip it, and put it on the other way. And the entire group of people, the whole entire room just erupted in screaming. It was so awesome.
Why didn't they
I'm
just
sure
stick
that-
to one playthrough?
Really?
I don't get it.
Oh, God damn it.
I'm always Paragon.
Anyway, so that's all I really had to say about PAX. It was fun and it was great, and I had really great booths that I helped out. Shout out to Wakfu, who also do Dofus and some other stuff. And shout out to Crick Success, who gave me an awesome ring. And shout out to Ad Magic, the makers of Exploding Kittens. Thank you so much for being the booth that everyone asked me about the whole entire time.
Exploding kittens.
Exploding Kittens, that's right. And shout out to DigiPen University. So they were all awesome people that I got to help the whole entire time. Yeah, Exploding Kittens. They had for sale over there, and everyone was like, I need to buy Exploding Kittens.
Exploding kittens.
It's a
Yes.
Evan,
It's
have
a
you
card
not heard
game.
of this?
Oh,
I
I've
like
heard
this
of this.
confused face more than telling him what this is about.
Why are you just exploding kittens?
Because they deserve it. Because cats are evil, terrible, mean animals.
You're
Go away forever!
I didn't mean
Thank
the
you,
deserve
Evan.
explosions part. I did mean the cats are douchebags part.
Shh, he didn't mean it.
Don't
Shh,
listen
it's
to
okay.
him, kitty. kitties.
Dog
Yeah.
people.
so sad now.
2016. Peace.
Right. Evan, have you ever heard of the Oatmeal, the comic? The Oatmeal?
Yeah.
They're
No.
most well known for their Tesla cartoons and also how to know if your cat's plotting to kill you. Why are you
Which it
showing me
is.
your tummy? This is awkward.
I'm stretching.
Yay!
Maybe I need to be petted. You guys don't know.
And Exploding Kittens is now in the chat as well. You just type in EXPL, and the first thing that pops up in Google is Exploding Kittens.
Exploding kittens. It's kind of the biggest shit ever.
I am a palindrome.
Did you find
Actually, the first thing that comes up is explicit, followed by explain, followed by exploding kittens. Yeah.
Well, the first thing that comes up for me is Exploding Kittens, because Google knows that I
Because you've
like
searched
games.
it before.
No, I
That's
never
because
have.
explicit would be the first thing that comes up for you, Tyler.
That's right, because Google is watching us.
Google's watching everything.
Yes. Google knows all.
Everything.
Google knows that we know.
I know that Google knows that we know that Google knows that.
Too
That's
much
why they
knowing.
changed
Too
their
much
font,
knowing.
Chachi. They know what you know.
Why? You know what? Can we talk about that for a second? Why the fuck did Google change its font?
It
I
looks
don't know where I
awful.
am anymore.
It makes me realize how silly the word Google looks. I
It
hadn't realized that.
emphasizes the silly.
See,
all of these years.
I don't have a new Google font right now. I've got Google dancing around on my screen going back to school because it's the first day of school here in Canada.
How does it?
Canada
know?
doesn't exist. I wish you would stop perpetuating this lie.
Where do I live then?
Michigan. It's all just the Upper Peninsula.
The whole entire world.
Then why do I need an enhanced driver's license or a passport to come into America?
Because Michigan has very high standards.
Have you been to Michigan? Oh my god, are you serious right now? Michigan has high standards. To all of our listeners in
You think
Michigan,
people get
I'm sure
paid
it's
to
a
go to
lovely
Michigan?
place.
Would you like to know where your fellow podcaster is from, Mr. Baker? I was under the impression you were aware.
Are you in Michigan right now?
No. My entire family is. I personally am not.
And you escaped there because it's just so awful. I can,
No, I'm
when I go
stuck
to
down
work-
in arid and humid North Carolina.
when I
Oh yeah, this place is much better.
when I'm in Windsor, I can see Detroit across the river. I know what Michigan's like just looking. It's
It's sad.
That's a little phenomenon called white flight, and that is not Detroit's fault. That's white people's fault. So, if you're really going to blame Michigan for what everything else in history got ruined by, I hate to break it to you, but white people don't originate in Michigan. Blame Europe.
or you just blame your beard.
I think we
Oh, Andrew, your beard envy is so sad.
I know.
I'm 20, man. Come on. Get it together.
In 10
Oh,
days, it'll be
God.
fuller than yours.
I don't believe you.
I do.
Yeah, just wait. I will start. You know what? I'm going to do a daily selfie on Twitter now.
Why?
It's like, watch
Why
how,
do you need to prove this to yourself?
watch how fast this shit grows.
Watching you go through this pain is just so sad.
I have to ask. Why?
Do you though?
It was honestly, it was an accident. It had gotten so full, and thick that when I was trimming it, there was so much backing up into the clippers, so I would have to...
It's a metaphor for the hubris of man.
So I would have to take it all the way down to, and I'm going to metric all of you Americans, I'm sorry, 0.4 millimeters.
Oh god.
Don't worry,
Oh,
I can
we're not gonna
follow.
know what you're
Okay.
talking at all.
I can follow.
I
So
don't.
so that it would be, the grip would be exposed, I get all the excess hair out, and then I threw the guard down, I forgot to re-expand it back up to 5 millimeters,
Oh no.
and I
don't know
went
what any of this
right
means,
here
but I
on
think
my
it's
chin.
helpful.
Not over here on the
Yep.
side of my face, right here on my chin. And there was no coming
I've done
back
that
from it.
before, and it's sad.
There's just no coming
Like,
back
once
from
you-
that.
Once you get there, it's just over.
Yeah. There was no coming back from
You can't
that.
play it off.
I'm like, just the mustache? And I'm like, no, I look just too weird with just a mustache. It's not my face with just a mustache. At least with this, I can I just look scruffy. And now we have an awkward silence. So, PAX, Michigan, fashion shows,
Exploding cats.
exploding kittens, and
Cat. By the way, while I was there, somebody else recommended that I buy a game called Cats on a Blender, and
Oh God.
I looked at the guy and I'm like, so I have exploding kittens, and you want me to buy cats in a blender and then bring these home to my children and give them nightmares forever. Because it doesn't matter what's in the boxes. They're going to be like, Mom, what happened to you in Seattle Land? Why did you come back hating half your children? With my fur baby. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, and I saw otters. Can we talk about otters? I saw otters.
We can talk about otters.
Otters are so great.
You can always talk about otters.
Otters are the cutest things ever. And they had river otters and sea otters and just otters everywhere. And the otters were swimming and they'd stop at the glass and look at you and then they'd swim away. And then we went up to the top of the little thing that had all the otters in it. And I'm like, I want to take a picture of some otters. And I looked over. I'm like, oh, look, they're wrestling. And the people who were with me looked at me and they were like, no, Chachi, they're not wrestling. And I'm like, wait, hold on. So I go to take a picture and you could see an otter peen. They were having otter sex on my camera.
What was your camera doing in the otter tank?
I was recording it. I'm like, otters.
It was a documentary. It goes with our bloopers.
Are you really going to be kink shaming some otters right now? If Chachi lent a helping hand, more power to her.
And let's be honest, it's not like the otters have anywhere that they can go that's private. They're on display for everyone to watch.
I can think of otter places for them to do it.
Oh, God damn it, Tyler. Really? No, let's not do this, okay?
I don't see what the problem is.
That otter be taken out of the podcast.
God!
What are you talking about?
You guys are utterly ridiculous.
We really are.
Oh.
I'm really sorry. Do not disturb mode allows phone calls to come in, and the only people that ever call me are my sister, so I'm going to bow out for a second, guys. I'll mute my mic.
Oh, thank God.
Sorry.
All right,
hello.
hold on. I have to tweet this.
I'm going to have any more of this anti-Michigan
Oh,
propaganda in the
good.
cast.
I was recording when the phone went off.
Now we can all talk shit on him and he'll never know. Oh wait, he can hear us. Fuck! He still has his headphones in.
Hold on
Look.
1 second.
Don't,
I can still hear you.
It's
It's just the microphone that's muted. Alright, there we go.
No, it's the ruse.
I'm just glad Andrew can't hear us now because he's such a prick.
There we go. It's all gone. Yeah, fuck that guy.
What's up?
Okay,
He's not my real dad. I ain't gonna call him daddy.
Well, job's over.
Chadwick Boseman. All right,
Yeah, it was just a temporary thing,
trying
unfortunately.
to talk
But I did make enough money
about
to pay for my flight to
otters
Texas for
on
Writers' Conference
our
at the end of the month.
Dialogue Wheel podcast,
Yeah.
and these asses
Okay,
are
now I know you're tweeting.
punning.
While I'm there.
Hold on, punning.
So that's happening on the 25th,
Relevant
I think.
to your interest.
Through,
I'm going to tag the
it's like
people who are
5
at the
days,
aquarium with me.
because it's just cheaper to fly back that at that point.
Because
And yeah, last weekend in September.
and then unhappy face.
And I believe
Super
Christmas
unhappy
could be
face.
over.
Oh shit, he's back.
Hi.
I know, but he can hear us.
Oh, this weekend.
So
Okay.
we can't talk shit. Okay, never mind.
Okay, I wasn't exactly 100% sure as to when he was coming. Or when he was coming down. I knew it was on one of the weekends. I just wasn't 100% sure on.
Literally the entire time that I was at the aquarium, I was with two of my friends, Kevin and Yacht, and they were just non-stop puns the entire fucking time, and I could not breathe sometimes. It was just incredibly amazing, and also my head hurt a lot. Non-stop puns. And most of them were about otters. Yes.
Oh, okay.
He looks very serious. Dear Andrew.
And the worst part about Andrew is that every time he's on the... Oh, I'm sorry, it's back in. Crap. So otters.
Sorry, Dad.
Yeah.
Otters.
Can he hear us right now? Did he take the earphones off?
He most certainly can.
Andrew, if you can hear me, not twice. Not
Penis.
Fuck. I have to start talking. Andrew, take out the earphones. Let's talk about you.
That's how you get rid of an Andrew. Penis.
Yeah.
By the way, if anyone's listening to this, he's doing this countdown thing on his Twitter right now. Make sure you troll him about it often. Just make up what you think it's about, okay? By the time this is airing, I think he'll be at 11 days.
This weekend?
I have a guess.
Do you know what it is?
I know what it is, yes.
Okay.
I have a guess.
What is your guess,
Bring her
Tyler?
with him.
Wait, if I'm wrong, it'll be awkward, though, won't it?
Yes. You could text it to me.
Okay.
Is it the number of... Podcasters get to hear the
Missile
subtle
hole,
click
is it
of
gonna
the
be horrible
touchscreen
shapes
of a
of the day?
smartphone, so that's exciting.
Phone
Would it be
clicks.
horrible shapes
Um,
today?
Not, because I know how to silence that shit. Get on my level.
Oh, okay.
Stop chewing on your earbuds, Andrew.
Yeah,
Stop
Okay.
chewing on my soul, Andrew.
yeah. Because what I was
Chachi,
thinking
what
is
is it?
if the vehicle can't take a long
Oh.
trip,
Text me.
maybe
You
I
must
could come
be
and pick people
infinitely
up.
quiet about
If
this
it's a
trailer, but
Friday
the
morning,
answer is
that would be
yes.
difficult.
Yay!
I'd have to be up at
Now
like
knows.
4 a.m.
I can't know.
You can. I'll show you. Wait, can you see this? I'll show. Not for
Friday
you,
afternoon.
sir.
I could come by and I could
Turn
come by
around.
Friday afternoon. What, and pick up,
Just
you think
text
pick
it
up
to me.
Haley?
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah,
a simple
I can do
answer.
that.
Let's see.
The
Not
only
to make
question
all
I
the
have
listeners
is,
jealous,
if
but
I'm
we all
driving
totally
long distances,
text.
is
We're all
how-
like
is he
friends
taking
and
the vehicle
stuff.
down here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like these,
Oh,
like,
you take the
these
van.
tests.
Okay.
This
And
one
then
time,
the
Chachi
distances
called me.
that you're traveling
Yes.
in the car, right? Okay.
Yeah, we're like
Don't
this.
worry too much about that ball
Not
Yeah,
joint.
we're
like
like
this,
this.
but we're
The
like
thing that
this.
you can totally see.
You want
in
to
this
know how
audio
like,
file,
my
we're like
car,
that.
I actually drove on a
Part of the
when the
podcast,
ball
bro.
joint needed to be replaced,
Part
like,
of the
like a
podcast.
wheel bearing or
I'll-
like a.
Cats?
Pod your
Do I even
What?
English?
Okay.
God damn it.
So what's everybody been
Feel
up
it?
to?
Your mom.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, mine wasn't quite.
I've been quite
that
happy,
bad,
actually.
but,
Things
I mean,
are things are going
I
pretty
drove
well
back
for
and
old
forth to
Tyler.
Hamilton
Yeah.
when I was with OPT
you, Evan?
with
What have you
with
been
a
up
bad
to?
ball with a bad wheel bearing and the
Going to the hospital
and the
every day?
ball joint was
And then
going
working?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'll make the world a better place just for you.
Oh, and playing Metal Gear Solid whenever I get the chance.
uh-huh.
'Cause it's
There you
probably
go.
one of the best games I've played in a long while.
Yeah.
I'm playing what I consider to be my first ever playthrough of Dragon Age Inquisition. Because every time I played it on the PC, the frame rate was so horribly low, I didn't really experience
Yeah,
any of it.
like,
Uh-huh.
I need to pick it back up,
easily.
because I just stopped playing. I tried to get into
You know-
Joseph Hacken, and I'm like, no.
I hear Descent's really good.
That's what I
And then,
thought.
of course-
That's what I thought,
Yeah,
by the way.
today, Trespasser. Yeah. But
I
haven't
heard
played
that
Descent.
Jaws of
I-
Hakan
the
has
problem is
much
if you wanna
higher
replace both, then
production
you're gonna get
values than
entire
Descent, which
Mhm.
makes sense because you know how
And a
every
lot
once
of-
in a
and a
while
lot of
Bioware will
problems
have
with
like the
language
in-between
stuff, too.
expansions that aren't quite as like high.
But,
I don't want to say quality because that
okay,
demeans
so if
the
he's
work
taking
that
the
people
van,
are
then yeah,
doing,
sure, I can come
but
pick
not
up him
quite
in
as
the
like
afternoon.
a big production as some of their other DLCs. Like look at
Yeah.
Arrival, the last DLC for Mass Effect 2,
Uh-huh.
and like suddenly Joker was just mysteriously not there.
Probably not,
Like you just
because
heard
last
the voice
Friday
of some
I was
other
like,
random Normandy crew
fuck,
member,
I got the control.
or like
Yeah.
No, that was Joker. He was just sick.
or like the character models for
Oh,
all the
sorry.
new
If I
characters
can
were
pick
kind
her
of
up- if I can
generic
pick
and
her
very
up from
clearly
the
just
house,
like
what
from the
I'll do is I'll
character
grab
creator.
Hunter and we'll just
Like-
drive up from picking him up.
Every once in a while they like especially when they're in really transitionary periods and working on something really important, they will have something that's a little less like super
What?
fully cooked, if that
Mhm.
metaphor makes any sense.
Yes.
Okay.
So I've heard that it's not that Descent was bad, it's just that, like the cutscenes aren't quite as pretty and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
so if
Yeah,
that
that's
matters
fine.
to people,
If
I
she
guess.
can do that.
But
yeah, I would just leave.
Frankly,
as soon as
I think
picked
I'm just
up
gonna be glad to
Hunter,
see
dropped him off,
Darkspawn
or picked him up
again.
and take him with me.
and like ogres.
God, right? You kind of miss them, don't you? In this weird way.
Yeah.
I love B-Face.
Who doesn't?
Would it be face?
Yeah,
Or is she commenting
We'll figure
somewhere?
it
Did you see the
out.
gift
I'll
that
talk
she
with Mom a little. I'll talk with
sent?
Mom too and make sure that this
No.
plan's good with her. I don't.
Or
that would be
actually,
a
I've-
problem, 'cause
I
she
keep
can-
on hearing, and I
she
guess
can
it's at the
get-
point
she
of
can get
learning
you
that
somebody to
it's
pick her up for cards or
GIF.
whatever she might have on. Oh,
Yeah, well, those people can suck.
It is-
I'm saying GIF until I die.
I know. I can't stop saying GIF. Because every time I say GIF, I think of peanut butter.
mhm.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I've had arguments with people
Exist.
over if it's
Well, I'm
GIF.
free
or
all the
GIF.
time,
Love that.
So that's a problem.
Arguments with people. And they're like, the guy who made up
All right,
GIF
so
says it's GIF, so it's
Yeah.
GIF. And I'm
Well,
like, fuck the police.
yeah.
Hey.
Well, as soon as Mom gets
Can
home,
say what I wanna
I'll
say.
about it, but she's out right now.
Appropriation.
I need a sister that I
I'm
talk
gonna
to.
get
I
back
don't know why I
to
didn't see what I
I'm gonna get back to my recording
Because
so
it
they don't
ignores
go
the fact
completely
that a
What?
very popular and influential music group beat
Oh,
the
that's okay.
living crap
That's
out of
okay.
like a lot of women around the time that they were most popular, particularly
wasn't-
Dr. Dre, who
Oh, it did?
just
Oh, no, it's
savaged
in
a
the-
woman
it's in
after
the
an interview
busy
she
day,
did with, I
but,
think it was
it
Ice
wasn't
Cube.
it wasn't supposed to be.
Wow.
so-
They just leave that out entirely.
They left that out? Okay.
They don't mention it at all.
All right, but and then I'll.
Aye.
That's what happens
Yeah,
when
I'll
you
give you a
let
call
a
tomorrow
duck,
and once I know what's going on.
like, what are they called? A
after
biopic be
Okay.
made primarily by the people
Okay.
it's about,
Mhm.
is they
Talk to
tend
you
to
later.
be fairly
You're
positive
welcome.
representations of the people who are in said piece of media. And that's
Well,
why
in fact-
I can't stand freaking Andrew. Oh, I see where,
Hi, Andrew. How
Hi,
are
I'm
you?
sorry about that. It looks like I will be having a super awesome time with... Really? Why are you calling me back?
wah, wah.
I'm playing a violin.
Please,
Really
continue.
small violin.
Mhm.
Hello, and welcome
Continue
to Delay
with
Night with the Dialogue Wheel.
Oh, never mind, she hung up. Never mind, she hung up.
Where Andrew fields phone calls. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry, it's my sister, and when she calls me, it's usually an emergency, and in this case, it looks like I'm going to be babysitting my niece this weekend.
Yay!
Which is awesome
Over
because she's
your
like an
niece.
adorable ray
Okay,
of...
I was about to say, is that makes like a real excited yay?
Yeah, she's
Okay.
like an
Nice.
adorable ray of sunshine, and yeah,
Aw.
spending
You said
time
I
with
was
her.
an adorable ray of sunshine.
You are not an adorable
Shut
ray
Well,
of
Daddy
sunshine.
lies to you sometimes, Tyler.
Yes.
He's not my real dad.
Yeah.
Sometimes. That's funny.
Yeah, it is funny.
Skippy
That's
brand
the
of
best
peanut butter.
joke
I
this
hate
time.
him.
But, excuse me. So yeah, I'll be, it's fun because you can never be sad around her. She's just always that awesome.
Chachi, I'm glad you appreciated that one. I was proud of it.
It's beautiful.
And I missed it entirely, so I'm sorry.
I said he buys the Skippy brand of peanut butter. I hate him.
Oh,
Ah,
what are you, a GIF
that's
kid?
a valid reason. That's a valid Yeah, I'm a GIF kid.
That's alright.
Yeah.
No,
That's
no,
a valid reason to hate new dad.
Yeah, no, I would hate me too
Yeah.
if I were to ever buy Skippy. It's GIF or Kraft for me.
I don't
You
eat
guys-
peanut butter.
where you're from?
You guys don't have Kraft peanut butter in
Do
the
they
States?
just have like a monopoly
No, we
on
do.
all edible products in Canada? Is that just what their deal is?
Possibly.
Yes.
Like, hold on, I'm
We
gonna
have-
go
we
get
have
something
Kraft
for you
peanut
guys.
butter, I
Keep
guess
talking.
it's-
I'll be right back. Because you need to see
He's
this.
just
Starting to
It's
think
fucking
Andrew
amazing.
just doesn't like us.
Not only do they make
I
peanut
know,
butter, but
every
it's
excuse to
massive.
go. Every excuse to go.
Jesus.
But it's nice to see him
Emergency.
leave. Hello.
Peanut butter.
I would like to apologize to the people listening to this podcast for whom the payoff of Andrew leaving will be that they will hear us react to seeing a jar of peanut butter with a different label than we are used to. And here we
Ah, there it goes. There it is, guys.
Next to my
You cannot
face
eat the
for
peanut butter.
comparison.
That is a.
It's got
Which
big
one is your
hairs
face?
on it. It's
It's-
gigantic.
which-
and it's
Oh
Which-
my god, it's
2
huge.
kilograms.
Which thing is his face and which thing is the
I
jar
don't know
of
what
peanut
a kilogram is. Speak.
If you say American, I'm going to start calling you Sarah Palin.
I was about to in satire, and then I'm like, wait, not everyone knows about that argument that we
Wait.
had
Or
about
we could
American and how up in arms one of my ex-followers got about me saying American English is wrong.
American English
Anyway.
is wrong. It's
American
English.
English
It is
is
about
English.
4.5 pounds.
Good fucking lord. That's
A lot of peanut butter.
That's what she said.
To the dog.
How?
Oh God, what?
good lord.
There's a talking dog.
Oh, we are horrible people. Horrible, horrible people.
You and the
I'm
dog.
sad.
That is so sad.
Sosolus.
Oh god.
Solas.
You know what? I'm excited about him. And no, this is not a spoiler for Trespasser because I know nothing about it nor have I played it. I look
Yep.
forward just to having heard that this won't like close the story off with him. Because the one
Mhm.
thing that kind of disappointed me about Inquisition, well, story-wise, other than the fact that I could have used more story missions, but that's always going to be the case, is that I felt like villain-wise, it was a little towards the melodramatic, I am an evil force of evil type of villain. And I like Bioware more when they're doing the, I get what you're going for, man, but I think you're wrong, so I'm gonna have to put a sword in your sword hole.
Yeah.
No?
You should listen to Nerd Appropriate's interview with Patrick Weeks.
I can do this.
Yes. I don't remember the episode number. I'll find it so that it can go into the show description. But in their interview with Patrick Weeks, they discuss Corypheus in detail, and he does not quite seem as much of the Saturday morning cartoon blow up the world villain after that. Because it gave me a little bit more insight that if you haven't read Codex entries and you don't dissect everything that he says, you might miss.
I would like it to be more textual and less subtextual, though, if that makes any sense.
It
Yeah.
makes
Like-
perfect sense. I definitely understand that perspective, but it's one of those things where if you were to be completely textual about it, you would give away too much, if that makes any sense.
my whole thing is that I just, with any narrative, and this is a personal preference and I'm completely aware of that, but I prefer to have villains who the story works to make me sympathize with enough that I start to question my own character's motivations.
That's a tricky thing to write, though. And if you do
Bioware tends to be good at it, though, in my experience.
But if you do it too often, it loses its effectiveness. Because you feel it all the time. It's like, okay, so really who is the bad guy? And let's be honest, the Elusive Man was the fucking bad guy.
You see, I consider that a bit of a dropped narrative ball, though, because I feel like in Mass 2 that's a little grayer, and I feel like there was kind of a question of where to go with that in Mass 3, which is understandable, because where do you freaking go with that? You hired Martin Sheen. You're not just going to be like, oh, well, if you pick this path, you're not going to interact with them. You're not going to have Martin Sheen record two separate tracks of dialogue for people who chose to work with him or chose not to work with him. I get that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I really like characters that, my go-to example is always Logan McTeer, because, a lot of people think of him as just a straight douchey villain, but a lot of people don't.
He's a straight douchey villain.
That's what's great about him, though, is that he's such a divisive character.
He's not.
And it took for me talking with Quartermaster Thren and then Solus in the Fade about Ostagar, and then I can't remember her Twitter handle for the life of me. Looks like Merida writes fan fiction.
Mage Child.
Yes, yes, excellent. Thank you. And in a conversation with her, and it's just like, with all of that, it does make a little more sense.
Reading The Stolen Throne helps too, and getting Logain's backstory. Like, it makes more sense that he hates Orlais when you find out that literally his entire family was murdered in cold blood by Orlais. Yeah. It's like, yep, I would also hate. Hey, Evan has it right there.
Oh, he does.
It's really good.
Yeah, I unfortunately most of the only Dragon Age books I've read have been David Gator's. What was that? Not pardon my mouth. Wait, this is a podcast. I'm allowed to swear. David Gator's.
Speaking while you're talking.
The one with Shale and Wynn.
And
Rice.
And Asunder.
Asunder.
I got
yes.
This.
Thank you. Asunder, and then Patrick Week's Stolen Throne. Is that
Patrick Week's Masked?
Masked. Is that Pringtella's Golden Nug? Yeah.
Did I have one?
No, that's Pringtella's.
I'm gonna eat it. It looks like a Twinkie.
You're not allowed to have it. That's Pringtella's.
No.
Mm-hmm. This is Pringtella's Golden Nug. So I'm hoping that Pringtella is watching this, because this is the last day her Golden Nug is going to be in my hands.
Yeah.
Because it's going into a box tomorrow.
It's going into
so
a box
I can find
tomorrow.
out how much it costs to ship it to fucking Portugal.
A lot.
There's a part of Portugal called. Oh, never mind.
Yeah. I'll chip in for that shipping too, because if you hadn't had a chance to get a Golden Nug for her as well, I was going to send her my Golden Nug when I got it.
See, we're such good parents.
We are. I'm actually gonna message her now to say that it's going to be leaving shortly.
Yes. Sorry, I'm very excited about the Golden Nugs. I haven't even taken mine out of the box or bag, whatever.
So,
BoJack Horseman is a great show, and you all need to watch it.
No,
shut your face.
BoJack Horseman is one of the best shows I've watched in a very long time.
You know, it's a great show that everybody needs to watch. Archer.
That is also true.
I need to watch that some more too.
Yes.
I watch Shark Tank a lot, so you know.
It's entertaining.
Back in the 90s, I was in a very famous TV show.
No, actually, let's get back to Netflix and things that people should watch. And you know what it is? Daredevil.
Yup.
Yep. Also, since
who's gonna have the Punisher?
Yes. And
also Elektra.
Since we're just throwing shows, watch Sense8.
Yes.
I've heard good things.
Phenomenal.
It is so good. It is so Wachowski too.
Yeah.
It's
which is great.
Yeah. You need to, and it's a lot like your typical Netflix shows that take a while to get going. In this case, I think it's like 8 episodes, but
it's almost the entire season.
Yeah, but
it's actually get rolling.
It's so worth it. I mean, you have so much representation from all across the board, and it's just amazing. And I'm so happy to say that they are getting a second season for those that did not know.
Because they had 8 characters to try to flesh out, and not only did they do that good, but they made it so, like, not only did they flesh them out, but you could at least relate to pretty much every single one of them.
Yeah.
In some sort of way.
And if you couldn't relate to one, there were at least 6 others that you could. And even if you couldn't relate to them, you would sit there and you would watch their story and be like, wow, I get that. Because, it's so good. Amazing. So good.
Probably one of my favorite series that I've seen in recent years.
Yeah. Trans people playing trans people.
Yes.
And then you got kick-ass.
What a concept, right?
Kick-ass Asian lady.
And the German.
The German. The gay man. Who's the Van Damme?
That was probably my favorite. Van Damme, I really liked Van Damme.
Yeah, Van Damme was great. Just so diverse, such good, and great casting too. I mean, there wasn't a single person there that did not hold their own in any way, shape, or form. It was just good all around.
Shout out to Wachowski.
Yep. And make sure you watch Jupiter Ascending, because it is like Stargate, Mass Effect, and Star Wars had some had some crazy orgy, and this is what came out of it. It was weird. I mean, it was those movies that are so bad they're good kind of movie.
I was about to say, so was it bad?
I've heard Eddie Redmayne gives the best, worst performance of all time.
Absolutely.
He does that in everything. Okay.
Really shouting.
Eddie Redmayne does that with every single role he has, except for Theory of Everything, where he's actually good, like phenomenally good.
Pillars of the Earth too. He didn't do a lot of shouting in that miniseries. I don't know if ever.
All I know is that everything else that I've seen, and he's just like exactly what Tyler said.
Yeah.
By the way, we're going on an hour, so we should wrap this up because I have to play Trespasser like right now.
Okay, is this an hour of content?
Yes, an hour.
No, I've got an hour and almost 20 minutes of content.
Wait, Chachi, you're going to be playing Trespasser?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me how it is.
I can already tell you
I'm
how
actually
it is.
going to
awesome.
stream it as long as I can get my Twitch working.
I don't
when
want
I tested
to be
it, my mic
spoiled.
wasn't working. And I'm not going to spoil it at all. That's why I'm doing it on the stream instead of tweeting about it. That way I can get all these feels out without accidentally tweeting something that people don't want to hear.
Yeah, no,
it's a responsible thing to do.
Biofan says Trespasser's amazing, but I can only take his word with the
Biofan, whom I love very much, is currently trying to spoil me on it, so I have to tell him to go eat a bug, like right now.
Yeah. Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
Don't say that, because bugs are good.
Yeah. No, I was watching Lady Insanity's stream, and it is quite good. The narrative is good. The time with your companions is okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared based. Yeah, I'm kind of scared based on the one thing he did say that could potentially be a spoiler, and now I'm very, very, very worried. So
who's your it's your Canon Romances Blackwall that you're going through with, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching a Soulless Man.
And mind you, I did not finish a lot of quests. If you remember, my world's a little fucked because there are decisions I just didn't make because I wanted to get through to the final fight very fast.
Oh, no. Chachi, your world's fucked because of the decisions you made.
And because of the decisions I didn't make too. So basically it's fucked. I mean, let's talk about this for just a second, right? There's a mage in the Starburst throne, and my Canon Inquisitor is devoutly anti-mage. So that was a decision she wouldn't have made.
How? I still don't understand how you got Vivian on the throne. Did you side with the Templars?
Mm-hmm. I sided with the Templars. I did not free the mages. So I'm guessing that maybe the fault thing is she's the one who's going to put them back in circles. So that's how, like, the game logically thought my game would have ended, but... Siding
with the Templars is a huge thing to getting Vivian as divine, especially if you also harden Liliana and don't support Cassandra.
Yeah. Well, I supported Cassandra, but Liliana was my girl. But the thing is, like, I've finally figured out my Inquisitor's logic. She is an extremely pro-Dalish person. I've talked about that on the podcast before. How I made mine be, like, as Dalish pride as possible. Therefore, Solus hates her, right? Like, things just did not go well when they talked ever. I have so much disapproval.
And you probably don't have much
in
with
the
Sarah
end, when he
either.
left, I thought it was because of that. What?
You probably don't have much
Oh, yeah, and
with
Sarah hates me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sarah hates me as well. Because she's very pro-Dalish. So her view on mages was, I am perfectly fine with mages who are out in the wilds doing their thing as long as they're elven. Everyone else is who she wanted to keep in the circles. Cause she's like, these humans do not have their shit together. Look at them off blowing up Kirkwall and pulling off all this shit and opening up breaches and whatever. Like, that's what she thought. So she thought that human mages were dangerous and needed to be locked up. But she would have been perfectly fine with Dalish mages because they take care of their own, and she was raised with them, and they never did anything stupid like blowing up Chandri.
No, they just did stupid stuff like enslaving the entire elven race.
That's what my pro-Dalish elf would have thought. That's what she thought. She didn't know about all the terrible things that happened, you know, with the werewolves and what have you.
Oh, wait, but how did that whole revelation go then?
What?
For your character.
Which
the revelation of all the terrible, awful, evil stuff.
The Vaseline? Or Vaseline? She wouldn't have gotten
the Vaseline.
Yeah, the Vaseline.
We didn't get that dialogue.
You don't get that.
Hers. It wasn't removed.
Yeah, you don't get that dialogue unless you romance Solus.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, she doesn't know anything about that at all. She only knows what Briala talked about very briefly, and the things about, like, what terrible things humans did to elves. Like, when you're at the ball, the Winter Palace, and you hear, like, the things about the elven slaves that she's got there, and then you talk to Briala, that's it. That's all she's heard.
Yeah.
So she's like, see, these humans are fucked up, and they hurt elves, and they're bad.
You're gonna learn a lot. You're gonna learn a lot in Trespasser about elves.
This could be fun.
Oh, yeah.
This could be a lot of fun for my age. Just to, like, play my Inquisitor as she would be played. To get immersed.
I have one question about Trespasser.
Sure.
Because something that I heard you say, Andrew. So is this kind of like Dragon Age's version of Citadel?
It kind of is, because you do get that time with... Yeah, you get that time with your party, and you get to say... You get to say goodbye to them, because it's the last DLC. So they try to they tug at those feels. They really do.
Well, we should wrap this up because I want to go play it right now.
Yes.
So basically, I have to play everything else now. For sure.
Well, you don't have to play Trespasser or not Trespasser. You don't have to play Descent. You don't have to play Hakon. They are integral to Trespasser anyway. Hakon's nice though, just for the Avar lore. Yeah, Hakon's nice for the Avar lore and for the interesting view they have on spirits and magic. I know nothing about the Descent other than you go to the Deep Roads.
Yeah, I didn't really hear anything bad or good about the Descent. I just heard good things about Hakon, that's why.
Yeah.
I need to play that.
There's bears.
But hey, Deep Roads, everybody's favorite place.
I love going to the Deep Roads.
It's like, I have an idea, let's make a DLC. Let's go to the Deep Roads again, but deeper.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I have a better idea for DLC. You spend the entire thing in the Fade, but like the DAO version of the Fade.
No.
But you have to spend the entire time as that part where you have to be a mouse.
I was about to say.
Everything is a hole. You can't get anywhere without going through a hole.
But there's like infinite different holes for you to go through. And you can't hit that button where you go faster or stealth.
Yeah, nope. You just have to crawl around.
It might be. It is Tyler.
I think
it is a metaphor.
But I'm Andrew.
I'm Andrew.
No, you're Tyler.
I too am Andrew. No, I am Tyler.
I'm not Andrew.
I'm Spartacus.
I am Spartacus. Sorry.
I am Spartacus.
I just can't take you children anywhere, can I?
That's what she
Mom,
said.
you're never fun anymore ever since New Dad came along.
Oh, she's fun. Oh, you should see the face that Tyler's making, listeners. It is
I'm turned around. What are you talking about?
I saw the face right before you turned around.
Evan's just bending over and presenting himself to us. I don't know what that's about.
No, he's hugging his cat.
I'm comforting myself.
He had to get comfort from his cat. That was so good. Oh my god.
And with that, I'm Andrew.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Evan and Tyler.
Oh god.
This is Chachi Night with the Bobings.
Good night.
Good night.
Am Legion. This podcast was brought to you by thedialoguewheel.com and Patreons like you. Follow us on Twitter at DialogueWheel, on the web at thedialoguewheel.com, or in traffic if you're creepy like that. Thanks for joining us.
We have to do like a PBS style.
Is it not like
I
welcome
actually
to
wrote
date
out an entire speech in my head. Is that bad? Is it bad that I...
No, that's a good thing that you did that.
A speech
Made a
in your head
poster.
about what, honey?
About, well, yeah, the gist that I was going to suggest that you give to the audience is that, and this would also be good to put across social media, is that we're a fan cast that started out talking about one specific franchise, but started to branch out into talking about diversity, at least partially inspired by the work of companies like Bioware. And
Yeah. Oh, it's a kitty cat. Kitty cat gonna be
Thank
in
you,
the
Evan.
podcast. It's a podcast.
very helpful. And essentially, just that if that anyone who could do whatever they could to help would be great, regardless of whether that's contributing in some way or even just spreading the word through a retweet or a shout out, anything like that. Especially other casters that we know, because we do know a lot. Any sort of on-air shout outs would be a lot of help. Essentially because we want to be another voice talking about diversity, and also especially having other diverse voices on, but we can only do that if people are actually listening.
Okay. Oh god, that was
That was
Okay.
fun.
Stop
That
recording.